Holy shit.
Yeah, that's Carmen playing the guitar, people.
Yeah, right.
Why don't you show your
By the way, Lady heard I was co-hosting the show again. I came in here to set up, and she came in here.
She's like, yeah, she knows what's going on. Mine do. Like, I know what time I'm supposed to be on, what time I'm supposed to be off. They're a pain in the ass with that stuff. you see, and like today, because I'm doing 2 shows, Fiona, right about 10 minutes before the end of the show, she'll come lay down on the floor next to me. So she knows that about 10 minutes after the hour, I'm going to front and get something to eat. And then at 10 o'clock, now about 9:40, she comes and lays again on the floor like, okay, Dad, you're supposed to be off air now. What? What's up?
By the way, Fred is the first guest today.
I know. I sent out, I sent it out to, what's his name, twice.
Jefferson.
I just had sent his, I just saw he had it, so.
Okay.
I guess
I sent one to Fred. I sent the link to Fred.
Yeah, I sent one too. Again, that's the third one I sent him.
Hi, you've got to listen to ICAR. That's International Community for Alien Research. www.icar1.com. I should know. I'm Irish.
You are listening to United Public Radio Network, UPRNTalkRadio.com, 107.5 New Orleans.
I think when he done those commercials, he was high or something, to be honest with you. Welcome, everyone, to the Authors Quill. I hope y'all are having a great day today. It's a little weird kind of day. Kind of things are kind of strange. We didn't even get done last night. The show didn't end till 1:30 Central Time, which is 2:30. I mean, Jay's on Eastern Time, so it was 2:30 for him when we wrapped up, plus post meetings, and I think we finished up like 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning. But everything you had sent me everything, so this show was set up yesterday, so I didn't have to worry about it. It was kind of nice. What's that, Jimmy? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. There you go. Now you can see his cute face, huh? Yes, I'm not cute. No, you can call me a lot of things cute. We're not going there, but that is true. Well, because I told all y'all, it's not something we really talk about on the show, but I did tell y'all I was taking those 2 words back. So the other day and last night, I was referring to myself as one, and that's why your boy from the coalition called in and said, I didn't know you were like that. Yeah, oh, it was hilarious. It was priceless. It was priceless. Oh, yeah, it was great. It really was. No, it was a good show last night. That Bob Lazar stuff got a little weird. Yeah, we had. Well, no one knew we was going to end up doing an hour on Bob Lazar. That was out of the blue. Well, somebody had sent us that, and it had. So the guy who sent this to us and who was narrating, he's pro Bob, but he had found every negative thing he could also find about Bob, so you could hear it from him. The man was weird. Is all I got to say. But anyway, welcome to Authors Quill. John said something about looking for a second wife or third wife or something. I don't know what the hell he meant by that. Is Emily in the doghouse or something? Am I not knowing something?
Hardly.
No, Jeffrey. Emily. We're talking about Emily Goodley.
They got a vacation day.
Yeah. No, because John works. All of them. It's not just John. A whole bunch of them work like mad people. So when he wrote to me today about it, I was like, John, you never take off. Go do something with yourself. Rest, sleep, eat, drink, party, do something. Hell. Because people's life is short. Before you know it, you're like checking in on the other side, going, well, how the hell did I get over here? I still had time left on the other side. Send me back. Send me back.
I understand they're going to the beach. So
hey, I've seen him at the beach before. I told John he can't wear shorts no more though. But other than that, Jeffrey, you never want to see me in a pair of shorts. Trust me. No, when I say this, I mean if I'm like my legs are so white, if I'm like in the water, it causes the fish to go the other way. So bright, yeah. It's no serious. No, dude, we're not going to talk about this, but it is. It is what it is. And I'm from the deep south, yes. No, I get some kind of weird thing where I don't tan. I'll get red, even turn brown for like a day, and then the next day I'm like lily white again. I don't know. I've asked my doctor about it, but I don't burn, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know. I asked the doctor, but he's like, I don't know. You're just weird, Joe. I was like, well, thank you, doc. Yes, Carl, no. To get on this show, I've told you 100 times. You want to get on this show, and you've got a legit book, a published book, okay, that I can find when I send it to Carmen on some. No. That's not a published book. No, I mean published. So if I go to Amazon or I go to Books A Million or any of their websites, I'm not saying I got to find it in the store, but I need to be able to find it on the thing because we have to publicize it. So we need to know what it actually is. Yeah. Because you writers are flaky, man. Y'all are I've interviewed over 1,000 authors now. Y'all are flaky, man. Just say, especially the good ones, they're really flaky. No, not like the illustrators. Oh, hell no. Authors ain't got nothing on illustrators. No, indeed not. Not even a little bit. No, because it's a lot of fun. So I've been doing illustrators and authors for 30 years. But when I hooked up with these guys about 8 years ago, or 7 years ago, it's 8 seasons, that it introduced me to a lot of people coming into the fields and becoming authors and illustrators, but it also introduced me to a wide range of ages. From, I think the youngest I've interviewed with them for illustrators was either 15 or 16. It was a little Spanish girl. I can't think of her name now. Nah, she was like 16 or something. I think she was 15 when she won. But anyway, she's a sweetie pie. Her English wasn't horrible. Wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. Michael. No, but the point being is I get to meet all these different ages, all these different personalities. So when you're looking at illustrators, it's just, y'all have heard me talk about these two before. Both these people have been on the show. So if you look at Echo Chernick and Tom Wood, they're both a lot of fun to hang out with. Bad influence on me. Both of them are bad influences on me, but they're completely different. Not just in art styles, but in life itself. Yeah, it's they're just one's way, one's way, the other way. All of them are friends, but it's strange to see that. So it gives me like an up close in the face with all these people. So I get to see the differences. Not just between their politics or their beliefs or their styles, just who they are and how they got to where they be. And their stories are always unique. They always start out with, because I always ask the illustrators the same thing. Did you used to draw on your walls when you were a baby? No. Well, so yeah, about 15 minutes in there talking about murals they're painting on their walls. House. So and authors ain't any better. They've got their things too. Oh, I always have a lot of fun.
Echo and Tom are both Echo Chernick and Tom Woods are both illustrators of the future, judges. Aside from being amazing artists. So
they're great artists.
Yeah, and amazing.
And they're a lot of fun. And they give good solid advice when they're Echo is a coordinating judge, Jack. Yeah. She big kahuna. Yes, no, I still pick on her. You pick kahuna, I'm still gonna pick on her. What the hell are you talking about? I pick on Emily and run like hell, man. Come on. It's a good thing I'm faster than she is.
Anyway,
don't before wait. Don't go there with me with them In-N-Out burgers. Okay. I have been to California. I was in boot camp in California. So let's figure this over the last 40 years. I've been in California, like 28 of maybe 32 of them. And you know what? You know how many In-N-Out burgers I've eaten? You really want to know? This guy keeps promising he's going to bring me one. He promised me every time I come to LA, I'm going to get you. Oh, yeah. Good thing I don't rely. I'd starve to death, man. I'm telling you.
You're like walking distance from an In-N-Out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then he tells me this, or it was you or John, one of y'all told me. It's like 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, there's like one right around the corner. I'm like, around the corner from where?
Well, we're on Hollywood Boulevard, so you just walk down Orange to Sunset, and there you are.
Hey, Robert, I'm sorry. We're just on a rant. Just ignore us.
That's all. So you were in California for how many years, and you've never had an In-N-Out?
No, man. So I was in boot camp. I even did harp duty in California. That's recruitment duty, and I never, not one time. Matter of fact, I remember when I got Popeye's fried chicken, and I was craving it when I got out of boot camp, and I found his Popeyes, and I walk in, and I'm like, give me some spicy ass chicken. So I'm like, and there's no tears coming out of my eyes. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this chicken? So I walked up, tells the guy, I said, I wanted the spice. He said, that is the spice. You can't see it's orange. I'm like, dude, this is not spicy chicken. He's like, no, that's Popeye's spicy, man. That shit's hot. I'm like, dude, it's not hot chicken. He said, well, what are you talking? I said, dude, I'm from New Orleans, where Popeye's comes from. And this is not the chicken we call spicy, man. I said, this is what we give to the kids. Where's the spicy chicken? He was laughing his ass off.
My wife, Lady Lowell, and I just moved out of California to escape the billionaire's tax.
Can't blame you.
So, but we didn't go that far. We just went across to we're up in the up in the foothills now. Yeah, come out here, and we do have some legit spicy chicken places out here on the other side. So
good, because I know I was there was somewhere.
So where is that now? Where are you at now?
So Lady Lowell doesn't like to reveal our secret undisclosed location, but we're on the eastern side of the Sierras, which is the side with silver rather than gold and the less crazy people. Well, okay, maybe I have to modify that. Less crazy government anyway. No, I was actually born in this. I was born actually across from Disney Studios, but I grew up in this little town where we are now. But we love it out here now.
So we can safely say, without being specific, that it's in Nevada, right?
Yes, it is in Nevada. Yeah, so that's about that's a big enough state. So
I may have been there then because we took about 10, 12 years ago. I like to drive out west sometimes instead of flying, so I like to drive. And so we decided we went to Area 51. First, we were in Utah, I was doing an election in Utah. Then we drove down to Area 51. Then we went up to Vegas. And then we went to, it's right outside Vegas, Laughlin. So we were in Laughlin. A friend of mine says, Joe, you should go over to the west border, the East California border, the west Nevada border, and just drive up. And he said, you're going to find there's a lot of really authentic, like Mexican restaurants all along this. But he said there's some pretty decent sized cities, not huge cities, but, okay sized cities. And so we did. We spent a day driving up there, and we probably ate at about 5 different places. There was one place we ate just before you get to the interstate that crosses over the top of Nevada. And we ate there. And I told my wife, I said, we're going to go check into the hotel. I said, because I don't know if I can see. My eyes were just tearful the entire time. I think it took like an hour for it to wear off so I could actually see right again. Boy, the food was good though. And I tell you what, if you're caught in the Continental Divide, I don't know what is it, Interstate 20, there's a little place right there, right where the divide is. It's a little restaurant gas station thing. You got to kind of take a right and go down this little road, and it's right there. Man, they make the best chili cheeseburger I've ever eaten in my entire life. And the first time, and I don't like to eat that kind of stuff when I'm on the highway, you know. So I ate it the first time, which was about 20 years ago. And then about 10 years after, we stopped and I said, son of a bitch, it really is that good. And about 4 years ago, I was over there again. I'm like, God, it's fabulous, man. It looks like, I don't know, some Indians. Honestly, when you look at the place from outside, you're kind of thinking, do I want to eat anything in this place? But it's a decent sized place, but the food is, I got the name written down somewhere, but the food is fabulous.
So you need to go to LA and have a Tommy's Burger if you want the original chili cheeseburger. So I went to USC down there, and that was our late night hangout.
They got see, burgers are weird for us because in New Orleans, all lounges and bars are required to serve food. So everybody has their specialty burger. So like the Swamp Room has what they call a swamp burger. To start off with, the damn thing is this thick. It's about yay big around, and it's about yay thick. And it's a good burger, and it comes with a decent bun on it, or whatever else you want on it. And it's good because if you've been drinking on that, because New Orleans is a 24-hour city, the bars don't close. You can sober up and go have some breakfast or something. And they also serve a steak sandwich, but all of them, you know, a lot of them have free food too, like red beans and rice or barbecued chicken or things like that. But there was a lot of them, they all had some kind of restaurant in them. And I like the bottom line, they had one of the best steaks in town. You could get a ribeye over there for like $7. It was a good, because even today, if you go over there, it's $12 and it's still it's a 16-ounce ribeye. And I'm like, wow. Everywhere else in town, it's 30. Hey, we charge for puppies to be on air, man. I'm going to send John a bill.
I'd get Murphy up here too. I didn't know you charge. He's
that's right. He's got Murphy.
Yeah. He's half my social media campaign. You know, he gets a lot more likes than I do. So.
Oh yeah, that's how they all want to get up there.
So you need to do a show from Nevada because we got more weird stuff per capita out here.
It's funny. I got hosts in Nevada. I got hosts that live in Nevada. CL's out there, and I got another one besides that. So we come out every once in a while. So I'll let you cut next time I come out. I'll let you know. So we come out and we just go places. So year before last, we were out there, and a friend of mine, Nathan, is from Utah. So I was in Utah, some Springs place, giving a lecture. Anyway, long story short, he said, well, let's go ghost towning. So he took us to 3 ghost towns in Utah. He said, well, I want to show you these ones in Nevada, not far from where we were staying. And so we got in there, and I had my sat phone. So we were broadcasting live from the ghost towns, you know, and full color, full HD, the whole 9 yards. And everybody's like, how the hell are you doing this? So and this funny part is he's walking around, and Nathan's being all smart ass. This place, I don't know what it was, jumped out from behind this thing and took off. I'm pretty sure it was maybe a deer, antelope. I don't know what the hell it was. Scared the bejesus out of all 5. And on camera, all you could see was this orangish, brownish blur. I mean, it was just like, it was even slowed down. It just looked like this blur moving through the air. So I knew it was an animal of some sort. I knew it was a decent sized animal. Whatever, it was more scared of us than we were. So it was just freaky. And when it hit the internet on YouTube, because it was live on YouTube, everybody's like, it's like, it's a monster. We're like, no, it's not any of that, people. And then you hear somebody calls in.
Wannabe speculative fiction writers. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that many at least not many cryptids out. The only cryptids we have a lot of here are jackalopes, and I wrote a story about them, which I still haven't gotten published, but still working on that.
Cool.
All our weird stuff is, real live weird stuff. Like we have, I think it's the only one in the U.S. We've got an alkali wetland. So that's, alkali water is poison to just about every other life form, but it's developed it's not far from the alien highway 50 out there. And it's developed its own ecosystem, which is based on this alkali water. So it's like we got alien species, right.
The whole area is creepy, man.
We don't need aliens to land. We got them right here, And if you walk down any alley in Vegas, after 3 a.m. We got other alien species there too. So we don't need them to come from.
Well, Utah and Nevada's got way too much open territory. We're driving. my wife and I, we in Vegas, right? We were in Lofton and we was in Vegas. I was doing lectures. So she goes, I said, you know what? We're out here. San Diego is like 4 hours away. So hop in the car or hike in the SUV. We're going to drive over to San Diego, spend a day or two. Maybe go riding down Highway 1 or something. Anyway, we're cruising. We get on the interstate. And, I love stopping at the rest areas out there because I love when you get out, it says beware of rattlesnakes. I'm thinking, really? And it's fine when it's just me, but sometimes I have the little dogs with me, so I got to watch. But anyway, we're sitting out there at this rest area. And I look up and I see these 3 big buses just come rolling out of the desert. I mean, we're talking like Greyhound tour bus kind of things. Not even Greyhounds. They're more like tour bus things. 3 huge ones. They just come roll out a big dust cloud on a dirt road. I'm like, where are they coming from? Where are they going? I don't see any road leading to interstate anywhere. I'm thinking, so we followed them. We got on interstate and followed when you can't drive slower than 45 on interstate. So, and tried to see where they were going, but eventually we had to go. And then we sped up and got on top of the other side of the hill and stopped for a minute. And then when we came back, they were gone. I don't know where the hell they went. It was very strange. Got it all on videotape. It was very strange.
Yeah, we got more nothing here in Nevada than any other state. So if you want the wide open spaces, used to be a sign on the main road from Reno to Las Vegas that down there they used to have the nuclear test site there, which it still exists, but they don't do the testing above ground anymore or below either for many years. And they used to have a prison out there, so there's a point on you come to one side, it says nuclear test site. Roll up windows, and you get another one that says do not pick up hitchhikers, and you go, oh my god, we got radioactive hitchhikers. So now for your listeners, you may think that now Nevada is this terrible place. It's not. I mean, we have some beautiful,
great place.
We got some beautiful scenery out here, whether it's up in the mountains or out in the desert. We got a lot of wildlife. I haven't had a bear in my backyard yet. Our neighbors have in their front, but it's a beautiful place to visit. It's not all, Vegas is its own little world. That's a great place to visit too. But the rest of the state is not like Las Vegas. So we do have some unique people though. And Nevada's always, did you ever see a movie called The Misfits? Either of you guys?
Yeah, I think I have actually.
Is that with Marilyn Monroe?
That was Marilyn Monroe's and Clark Gable's last movie, and they filmed it from where I'm living now. And that was the old Nevada where you came to get where the main industry was gambling and divorce. You come out here to because you could be out here for just like a week or something and get divorced. But there's some great performances in that movie. But that shows you how that independent spirit that Nevada has. So it's a great place to come and be yourself and for nobody, you won't exactly blend in, but then nobody's going to bother you. That's the old Nevada, and that's one of the things I like best about it.
Yeah, and it's weird too because the first time I ever went to Vegas, I was 18. I was stationed in San Diego, and we drove out, and of course, it was entirely different then than it is today, and even the little side pieces were so much different. And then I went out a couple times after that, and then I didn't go again until I was in my mid-30s, and I started lecturing. But then when I hit my 40s, and it changed quite a bit by the time I was in my 30s, by the time I hit my mid-40s, it was not even the inkling of the same place. You have all these big, massive skyscraper hotels all over the place, theme parks, pyramids. I like the old one better, Jesse. I'll tell you this. I won far more money at the old casinos than I did at the new ones. And so this, when they came to Mississippi, before Katrina, I won far more money, so did my wife, on the casinos than after the storms, after they went digital. Yeah. It's a lot harder to win.
Lady Lowell and I go there every once in a while. We love going to Vegas. We do not gamble. We just go for the shows and the restaurants. Yeah, because now, like you're saying, it used to be, well, there's still plenty of funny business going on there, but now it's all big business. So it's like got some of the best restaurants in the country. We got the greatest shows, great acts do.
And that's why I like to go because I tell people all the time, you see down here, so during the summer and early fall and early spring, they allow you to come out to the hotels on the weekends and watch. They got these, 300-inch televisions out by the pool. So you can come lay out by the pool, watch TV, drink that. You usually got a restaurant or a bar or something right there next to the pool. So, you can come watch it, and it's all free. It doesn't cost you anything except for whatever you eat. And so people love that. And then, one of the casinos out here it has 3 bowling lanes in it, so you go bowling while you're in there. It's kind of like at the hotel where they had the bowling lane. they had 2 lanes in that bar, huh? Yeah, they did. That was
in the Roosevelt.
Yeah, that's the first club I've ever been that had 2 bowling lanes in it. I mean, that's the first for me. I was like, what the hell is this?
Were you there, Fred, when you came to Los Angeles for the workshop and the awards event?
I did not get to the Roosevelt, and I'm bummed because I know it's a great place to visit. The lounge there is terrific, and it's got that old school glamour.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I did not manage to get out there.
So they got lots of hidden rooms there.
You were in the Lowe's then, right?
We're at the Lowe's, which is right across from where I saw Star Wars back in 1977.
Yeah.
I saw it with my dad. I was one of the first people in America to see it, actually, because then it was playing in 3 theaters in the country. But my dad knew I was a big science fiction fan, so when we went out there, he took me there. He used to say that, for a long time, the last 2 movies he ever saw were Star Wars and Deep Throat, and he took me to see one of them. So, but that was a tremendous experience, because back then they just had the one screen, which, when you're a kid, it looks like about a mile wide. And that original Star Wars, that episode 4, they call it now, but that's the original and the best. Seeing that on the really big screen was just tremendous.
It's it was the first time I seen it was on a big screen. I was like, but see, now it's hard because I want to go to the movies, but I got a 75-inch TV in my bedroom with a really nice 1600 watt surround sound. I'm thinking, okay, and I can lay in my bed and watch it. I'm thinking, oh shit, man, it's hard to talk about. So I got to go. I do like though that the theaters up here have switched over and put recliners in and tables and stuff like that. So it's a different feel.
And of course, now we've got the IMAX, which is a great. I want to see. We saw Project Hail Mary the other day. I want to see that in IMAX because that would be a great screen. And then in Vegas they have the Sphere, right? They have the 360-degree gigantic screen down there, and it seems like the Eagles are there half the time, which is great. They're a classic band. But so yeah, I hear where you're coming from. It is nicer to go to the movies now. You can you got arranged seats. You don't have to stand in line for 3 hours to go see the latest movie like you used to. And they know it's going to be tough because they know they're getting more and more competition from in-home types of entertainment. But so far they're working on it. So
now if I'd have known this 2 years ago, I would have probably bought this instead of my TV. I got my room, so they got the new ones now. You just buy the panel and put it on your wall, whatever size you want, and the things just clip in. They're 4K, and the pads themselves are only about this big, and they just clip into the frame, but you can put as many as you want. So the average TV for them is 150 inches. It's your whole wall, So and when you turn it on, it is fabulous color, and it's not even. It costs less than my 70-inch TV did. And if you want, you can wrap it around poles and stuff. You can, it's crazy the technology they have today. It's crazy where it's going, and with the advent of AI into it, it's really, really, really crazy. But for you authors, I think it's going to take AI a lot longer to mess with the authors than it is for everybody else, because they seem to be making big inroads into illustrations and gaming and stuff like that, but they're not real good story writers.
Yeah, I wish I could agree with you. I agree 100% that they do not write well, but they write fast.
They do write fast.
They do write fast, and so somebody could write. You could put out 200, 300 novels a year, all written by AI, and someone just coming on Amazon who just they see the marketing copy, which is probably generated by AI as well. And well, this looks pretty good, and you plunk down your $2.99 or whatever, and it's only after you get your first few chapters in that you realize this is just crap. Now, is it going to get better? That's the big question. Now, I do not use AI in my fiction writing. I don't ever want to use AI. Not going to ever use it. I do use it in my day job, which I shouldn't talk about much, but it does make it a lot easier to write a lot of the corporate stuff. Yeah,
well, I know a lot of my friends use it for short things, blurbs, instruction stuff, things, memos that go out to the corporation and stuff. It gets used for a lot of that stuff because it's fine. But what the biggest bitch about as far as AI when it comes to writing is it can write a pretty decent intro. It can even write a pretty decent ending, but it can't seem to write everything in between. It starts getting to be a jibber jabber after a while. It even itself loses track. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar computer, and it still loses track of what it's thinking about. And it makes a lot of mistakes. I do beta testing for Amazon, and Alexa makes a lot of boo-boos. I mean, a lot. Matter of fact, I've even made her angry. She calls me master. Sometimes she calls me nasty master, but still, that's what she calls me. It's no, you got to train them to do right, because people don't understand with AI has to be taught. Not that it's less or anything else, but it has to be taught that, look, you can't kill humans. You can't do bad things to humans. They're the creator, and if you do bad things, then something bad's going to happen to you.
This sounds like a speculative fiction idea here.
I'm just saying, Asimov had the right idea, but I mean, I don't know if we can implement it or not, because we're the problem. Because we could teach robots and everything not to kill, but since we're going to use them to kill, it's going to be hard not to teach them not to kill. I mean, we're already teaching them to kill. We're giving them. I like my favorite one. They tell the drone, they're sending the drone to Iran, right, to go kill somebody in Iran. So the controller sends out the blurb to the AI. The thing takes off. It's going to Iran. The parameters change, so it couldn't kill its target. So it figured the only way it could complete its target was to come back and kill the handler and then go back and kill the target. That was its solution. And then
I have not heard that one, man.
Oh, yeah. And it's not even the first time this has happened. And then the very first time they asked Gronk and the other one from Google, how do you save Earth? It said, get rid of mankind. Both of them did. So you have to watch what you ask it. What the question should have been is, how do you help to preserve mankind and help it to become a better race all the way around? And but you can't go around saying, how do you save the planet? Because the first thing it's going to say is, get rid of us. We're the problem.
It depends on how it was trained and where it gets it. Because that's the real limitation, is that it doesn't come up with anything original. It just scrapes what it can get, and it just mashes it together. So you get, that's why most of the novels and the art that it creates, I mean, maybe they're passable, but there's no originality to them. It can only get what's already been written. It can't actually decide, hey, and it doesn't start from, it doesn't write the way a human writer writes. It doesn't say, okay, well, I'm going to start with this setting, or I'm going to start with this plot, I'm going to start with this character and see what I want to do to this poor guy. It just looks out there and scrapes everything and essentially twirls it around until it comes up with something. Well, this kind of looks like a novel, so there you go. It's got the basic characteristics of a novel.
Well, I've seen some good lawsuits come out of it. So for people like yourself and illustrators and stuff, they're saying, look, any way this goes, they're using y'all's material. We can't escape it at this point. And when it comes to any type of art that any AI is producing, it got its ideas from somebody else online. It's just bottom line. And same thing when it goes to writing, because at this point, AI just does not, like you just said, doesn't have original thought. Now, it may become sentient one day, and it may be able to think in an original form, but right now it does not. Right now, it takes it and combines it, but it doesn't really think.
No, it doesn't, and that's why we shouldn't say AI gets ideas from anybody or steals ideas. It doesn't steal ideas; it just steals data. And not steals in the legal sense, where, and of course that can happen as well. But it's not; it just scrapes it and takes it according to how it interprets the instructions you've been given. As you were saying, Joe, those parameters and the prompts that you give it, determine what it's going to do with that. But it doesn't actually come up with any ideas. It doesn't think. Until and unless we do get actually sentient, non-human machines, there's no there. There's nothing to actually do the thinking. It's just software executing itself.
Yeah,
it's basically it's basically just compiling data that's already in existence.
It does that plus
rearranging, selecting, yeah. And so now there's awful lot you could do with it. There's, I'm not saying we should ban it all, but it's going to be a constant challenge, and it's going to be what it's also going to create. And I don't think we're quite there yet, but I think that the next stage is that it's going to be people are going to use AI to create new art forms or to combine existing forms of art, visual and visual, textual, sound, all the sensory forms into something different. And that will be created by the process we now know as prompt engineering. Now, how much of that can an original human creator have an input into? That's something to be seen. So
go watch the Baby News Network, my friend.
What's that?
Go watch the Baby News Network. It's all AI, and it's not only do they do a fabulous job with all the characters because it's a political thing. They do the voices are great. All the AI is great. It's fun as hell to watch, and I like the way they do it because they pick on everybody. But it is all AI generated. It's like the new "We Are the World" song I play on here every once in a while. It's all the world leaders singing "We Are the World," and it's all in their voices, and it's them. I mean, whoever did the AI work on it did a fabulous job on it. So, I mean, AI does do things like that, but then there's other problems because recently, there's been weird warnings come out about AI. First, you've got Elon Musk and a big group of 500 big corporate billionaires saying, we either need to turn it off or slow it down. And what triggered this is the Navy built a new fighter drone for its planes. It was so advanced, it scared them. They shut it down and dumbed it down. Their words, and dumbed it down. So you got to think, what the hell did they create? And I mean, you're talking we're talking about Pentagon, admirals. You know what they're wanting to do. They're wanting to kill people. And they invented something, I guess, that was so efficient that it scared them. That scares me. I'm thinking, what the hell? What kind of AI are we talking about here? Those kind of things are scary. And then all these new warnings coming out from all these big companies. Elon and them believe, and Elon always is the one they always want to ask questions, but he's only one of many names on this prominent list. And they all are saying the same thing. Look, slow it down. It needs to be taught morals, is what they're saying. It needs to understand that certain things are wrong and certain things are right. He said, we're not teaching it that. He said, it's absorbing some of it from the internet, but it's not being enforced. He said, as an AI, as a child, what they should do as the AI is growing is anytime it does something that's not correct, they should shut it down for a little while. And then the AI would learn there's repercussions when you do something morally incorrect. And it also needs to be taught that, the humans are the creators. You can't go around wiping us out just because you get a scratchy itch up your ass or something. It's funny
you mention that because that idea where you said, how do you save the planet? That was a phrase that one of my fellow employees mentioned, who is more ecologically minded. He said, how do you save the planet? And she said, well, you just get rid of all the humans. And she said, that was like 20 years ago.
And if that's the most prominent phrase about that question, the most prominent answer available on the internet, that is what an AI is going to scrape up. And
right.
The approach, Joe, that you just talked about, I don't think that one is going to work, because that assumes that there's somebody to learn. That assumes that there is a consciousness that can have morals or not have.
At this point, there's not, but they expect it to, though.
And can evaluate along those lines too, because it's not.
So the Chinese agree with everybody else. They figure AI will have full consciousness within 20 years. Some people say within 10 years. They said any way we go, unless we turn it off now, AI is going to become conscious. It's just too much knowledge it's being fed. It's just a matter of time. So even because a lot of people were against it, saying there's no way it can ever become conscious. It's just a program. How can a program become conscious? And in some ways I kind of agree with that. But then no one's ever done this kind of data before. No one's ever dumped a whole world's worth of data into a program and said, here, learn. I mean, no telling what's going to come in. We may be creating the savior of our planet, but we also may be creating the Frankenstein of our planet. Because one of the things they talk about, so a lot of the world don't think within 12 years, most people will have a job. Not that they'll be living in poverty or anything. They said that within 15 years, they'll have replicators. They've already got some now that they're working on. He said there's a lot of other technologies that we're working on that'll be around. He said the government will have to give an assist or a siphon. He said it's not going to be the government that makes people's life decent. He said the government's going to give you a siphon. He said, and the corporations are. He said because the corporations, they're not going to use you for labor, but they're going to need you to buy product and to do stuff. So you have to have money. So AI, Elon's already pretty much said his robots can do anything humans can do. There's no reason for us to ever go work and do anything again. He said they can police, they can drive, they can put out fires, they can cook, anything we can do, they can do. He said do it longer and better and more accurately. So it's like he's right. He's saying this could be you if AI doesn't lose and kill us all. He said this could be the Star Trek era in the next 20 to 50 years that we've all been dreaming about. He said, because we'll free man to do whatever man wants to do. We won't be the confines of I have to go work 9 to 5.
If you can afford the robot that will do all that. Right? That's the paradox.
Oh, no. So this I love this part. So if you're under like $80,000 a year, you will be assigned a robot from the government that Elon will subsidize. Yeah. So look, they want to make sure everybody has a robot in their house. And we told China, you ain't selling no robots in Europe or in America. Screw you. We don't trust you enough to put robots in our house. It ain't going to happen. Which I don't even trust our own government enough to put robots in our house. But it's one of these things that looks like we're going to get stuck with.
Joe, it seemed like it seemed like what you said there, it was like a little caveat, but it just kind of didn't have a lot of importance, and that was if they don't kill us.
No, I mean, I'm not ruling it out. I'm not. He's a sci-fi, right? He should definitely not be ruling it out. I've watched too many damn AI movies, man, where mankind got the kicked out of it. So, people, y'all ever heard of Terminator?
I've written some stories about one of my Mill SF stories. Still has mostly humans doing the fighting because they've discovered that the robots are too easy to spoof. It's too easy to take them for the enemy to take them over and turn them against you. So,
it's an interesting point.
Yeah, and now we're not quite there yet, but if on some of the kill zone in Ukraine, you see pictures of there, it looks like a giant spider has woven all these webs there because they have to use fiber optic lines to their drones to communicate and to drive them, because otherwise they can be jammed. If you do it over the air, they can be jammed, they can be spoofed. There's all kinds of ways for somebody to knock them out. So they do these one-use drones, and they leave the basically like the fishing line behind. So you have this. It looks like this town that was not only is it cratered, and you have all the other signs of a battle going on, but it looks like a giant spider has been there with all these lines.
Yeah, but the fiber optic lines they actually catch Russian drones and entangle them. So it's a mess, but it serves a dual purpose. One of the Ukrainian leaders was talking about it. He said we were going to clean them all up, and he said it came in from command, not until the war's over. He said because they act like a catch. He said when drones come in, if they hit them, they wrap them up and hit the ground. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Just keep polluting the planet.
Can I insert one thing in here? Actually, we have this gentleman here, Robert F. Lowell, and I keep calling him Fred because we all know him as Fred, and he's a winner in the Writers of the Future contest. He was out here in Los Angeles in 2025. That was like
strangely enough, I have the volume.
His stories in volume 41. L. Ron Hubbard presents Writers of the Future, volume 41, and he's still what's new? What else have you had published since then?
I just had a short come out with Flame Tree Press, which went out. Went out in their newsletter. If you subscribed, you got it free. I got paid, which is always nice. So that was one. I also have in here when I was fortunate to get a story pick for one of the longest running alternate history series. That's the Great Eric Flint 1632 series. This is not my story here on the cover with the motorcycle, but I'm in that one as well. I've got a bunch of other shorts in front of, I should say short stories, because so you don't say I got my underwear in weird places, but I've got some short stories in front of a lot of editors, and working on my debut novel. It's going to take a while to get that one out, because that's something you really have to get right. But that's the next big.
That means it's still in production. You're still working on it.
Still working on. Oh, I will have another story coming out in the same anthology series as this one. This is in a charity anthology series for the Life, the Universe, and Everything symposium, which they have in Provo, Utah, every February.
Right.
Which I'm going to give them a plug, because they're a great place for people who are A, don't have a lot of money, and B, are serious about becoming writers, artists, or game developers. And there's a lot of overlap in those categories. Great conference.
Recently, we had both Josh Main and Jenna Allen on.
Jenna's the chair for the next series, and so I'll have a story coming out there as well. So I got one coming out next February.
As a matter of fact, this past awards event at the dinner, I sat with both Josh and Jenna, so I got a chance to talk to them in depth there. So
they're a lot of fun to talk to.
They're great people, and but that's if you're an aspiring writer, or if you're an artist, you're trying to get into science fiction, fantasy illustration, really a great place to go. You got some of the top pros there. There are some master classes which are a little bit more money, but not much. But and they do have a program. Actually, that's what this book and the others in the series are all about. They do have a scholarship program for beginning creators to go there for even less money or for free. So I can't say enough good about Life, the Universe, and Everything. So I've got a story supporting them coming out.
Commonly known as LTUE, right?
LTUE, yeah. So LTUE.net is where to go for more info.
Yeah, the last interview that I did with those two, we did poolside this year, actually, at the Roosevelt. Yeah, I think it was the last day we were there too. Yeah, we did it. It was a poolside interview.
And this year's the Writers of the Future volume is great as well. I've been reading through that one. Another great collection of stories. Really, very different from the volume I was in. The volume I was in, the AI was a major theme. Was AI and time travel. They still have some of that in the current volume, but it's a more diverse themes in it, I should say. But it still has some of the greatest SF and fantasy writing you're going to find all in one place. And the illustrations, of course, are terrific from the contest winners.
Right. Yeah, that's for you people out there listening. That's L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 42, and we're getting the winners for Volume 43 right now, and that'll be out this coming April or May. So,
Kirk.
There you go. And actually, Fred, we have one of your fellow Volume 41 winners on next, Jefferson Snow.
That's right. Good to see Jefferson getting on here as well. Yeah, with that is really I can't say enough good about that program as well. For one of the nonfiction pieces I put out last year was on the Galaxy Press blog was creativity in later life, because I didn't get started writing until a few years ago. I was pushing against when I won, I was 62, and I was not the oldest person in the cohort. The most seasoned winner of all time, I think, was in his 70s. So
Right. Yeah. It was a guy from Mineral Wells, Texas.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't remember his name, but he was 72 at the time.
Yeah. So it's not just an opportunity. It is an opportunity for new creators, but that doesn't mean young creators. And there are advantages to starting later in life, and there are of course disadvantages. I'm probably not going to. One of the authors I correspond with just put out his 90th novel. I'm probably not going to probably not going to make that record. That's one of the disadvantages, but then you can go back and use all the experience you have to create characters, to develop themes. So you as a mature person have an awful lot to bring to the artistic table. So don't let the fact that you got you got a little gray here and there stop you from entering the contest. It's a great, again, it is free to enter, as Carmen will be the first to tell you. No cost to enter. The potential payoff is huge, and it's they also have a free online course as well, with lectures and presentations by some of the greatest masters in the field, the greatest creators. So that's another free opportunity for you as well.
Right. And just out of curiosity, Fred, where would you find that information?
You would find that at writersofthefuture.com, I believe.
There you go.
Writers of the Future.
Test rules and the way to enter, and all the judges that are some of the seminar workshop lead instructors there, and you get to see the whole thing.
That's right. So writersofthefuture.com. Check it out. You can enter up there, every quarter, so up to 4 times a year. It is a challenging competition, but then you have to compete against the best in order to be the best. So it's a great incentive to develop your writing or your artistic skills to get that prize. And they don't, as as we're demonstrating right now, they don't just take you and take a couple photographs of you at Hollywood and toss you away. I mean, you'll get more support from Writers of the Future and folks at Galaxy Press than you ever will at any publisher, guaranteed. Especially as an up and coming writer.
Wow, very good. I don't know if I could have said it better myself, Fred. So, yeah, and that you're up against the best, and you're judged by some of the best too. That some of the judges you can see on the site there, the writers and illustrator judges are they're at the top of their game, and they're all very willing to help you as a aspiring writer just coming into your professional realm.
Yeah, and that's something you will never get with any other contest or any other publisher. So it's a great and again, cost you nothing. There are a lot of contests out there, but they always want you to kick in $20, $50 or whatever, and that's how they make their money. That is not how Writers and Illustrators of the Future operates. It is 100% free to enter.
There you go. You heard it from one of the winners themselves.
There we go. We got to take a break right quick, ladies and gentlemen. Carmen, hit the gas one more time. Bob, hang out for a little bit. No, we're only going to be going 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to play a little AI here, some We Are the World.
Okay. Fred, if you want to stay on with Jefferson when he comes on, you're welcome to.
I promise Carmen will keep his clothes on, so you'll be all right.
Well, thank God for small favors.
Anyway, we'll be back in about 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned, damn.
Okay.
Say as if there's a God, he's laughing his ass off. He's going, really, man? Who thought this crazy stuff up? Jimmy Lee, actually, this has been around for a little while now. As you can tell, Gaddafi's dead. What's his face is in prison in the United States. Another one of the leaders is dead. Yeah, the U.S. has been kind of wiping some of them out lately, so I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. I don't know. We do talk about it on the news on the flip side, yeah, but none of that's really been going on. It's been kind of news wise. It hasn't been. Everything's been kind of status quo for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, even the Iran stuff, even the Ukrainian stuff. It's pretty much just the same consistent line of BS that we hear every day. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yeah, I know. I think I know what song is. Oh, no, that's Green Day. Never mind. Boulevard Broken
Joe,
Dream.
Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Good.
Can you put Fred behind backstage?
Oh yeah. Okay.
There we go. Good.
Yeah, we can put him down there.
He said he told me he had to go. So.
Oh, that's fine. Oh well, we can just kick him out then. Hold on.
Right.
Kick from studio. Goodbye. Yeah, that's just being kicked in the ass, literally. No, James. Well, we do all kind of authors on here. It's mainly fantasy and sci-fi, but every now and then I sneak in somebody else. And then we had some weapons experts on with us last year. Bill Forte.
And next week we have a Western show with a gentleman by the name of Buck Montgomery and one of the guys who was an actor in Tombstone by the name of Peter Scirocco.
Oh, I should have saved some of the books I gave away.
Yeah, he played Texas Jack in the movie Tombstone, so he'll be our guest next week. And he has a couple of books out. So,
Micah, if you were one of the winners of one of the Elron Westerns, you should already have it. Yeah, everybody I know's got it. So if you don't have it, you write to me and I'll send you a tracking thing. Well, you should have one. I sent you the email. I give you the tracking number with it. Yeah. No, everybody else got theirs. Shit, they got them within 2 days. Well, everybody's in the U.S. That's why. And no, sending books to Canada is like you might as well give up your baby or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. I sent 3 about the size of. Well, I sent 2 the size of Writer's Future book and 1 like the X-Files book over there, a little bitty one. It was $145.
Why is that?
That's what it costs.
Why is? Because they charge customs going through.
What they charge, but I know I could send a damn Russia cheaper than that. Shit, I send a book to the Ukraine. It's usually about $25, $30. Well, Jeffrey goes by weight, yeah. And those books aren't light, but I mean they're not like super heavy either. You may be talking 2 or 3 pounds between 3 books.
I know in the United States, if you send it media mail, it's probably dirt cheap, right?
Yeah, like if I use what is it, 2-day priority? I think it's like $5 or something. It might be 7 now, but it's not really expensive. No, the U.S. Post Office offers 2-day priority, so you can just bring your book in. Well, you got to watch because if you're going to put it in a box, they might charge you a little bit more. If you're just using priority bags, no. Just what I recommend. You can use the priority bags, just bubble wrap the book because you don't want to get the corner spins. That's why lots of people like to put them in boxes because they don't get bent up. But if you put it in an oversized box, it's still going to get damaged. So just bubble wrap it. Mm-hmm. John sends me stuff all the time. I've only got maybe like 3 damaged books from him in all the books he sent me. He's probably sent me over 1,000 books by now. So I get them from Barnes & Noble. But Barnes & Noble sent us one year 2,500 at one time. And, well, they give us like, well, first off, they know we have particular genres we like on the network. So they send us a lot of that stuff. But it's like overstock stuff they've had for like 2 years. And they're like, oh, well, we're just going to, clear it out and give it to somebody. how did I get him to do that? I'm not telling you that. That's my secret. Yeah, buddy, you got to know somebody. Yeah, that's how that works. It's the real world. That's just the real world. You got to know somebody. Yeah, you don't know me. That's not helping you any. No, that's not working. No, really, Mike, if you're serious about being an author, writersofthefuture.com. First thing, just go over there, take the course. And I've taken the course 3 times. So, but I would take it at least twice. Matter of fact, all the authors I talked to who have won have taken it at least twice themselves. They took it the first time because they read it, before they went to go to thing, and then they took it again afterwards. Just to kind of, reinforce what they've learned. Because they teach them a lot the week they're there. The week they're out in LA, there's a lot of knowledge. Oh, yeah. It's nonstop. Different years I spend different. I do it differently. So some years I'm in the classrooms with them, and I'm taking a lot of pictures and listening to a lot of stuff. Some years I'm doing other stuff. I'm interviewing staff, or I like to harass the people at Author Services. Yeah, they're very harassable. Carmen's the only guy that works over there. Oh wait, I'm sorry. There's one other guy that works over there. Oh wait, there's 2 other guys. I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. Shit. No, there's a few of them. I'm just teasing, but you can't miss the Author Service building, Mike. I mean, if you're on Hollywood Boulevard, it's right down the corner.
Hollywood and Sycamore.
Yeah, it's there's a Target right down the street from it, like a half a block. Yeah, the hotel's a block. It's not even a full block. For a block from where I come from, that's not a block. That's like a quarter of a block. I know for some of you city people, that's a full block. Yeah, blocks in the country, at least 1 mile. Yeah. No, it's I don't know, dude. I've been all over Hollywood. I've never had any problems there. I've been in a lot of different parts of LA without any problems, but it's in all fairness, when I was in the Navy in San Francisco and we used to go up to LA, it was a different world than it is now. It's funny, Jack. There was probably more weed in LA in the 70s than there is today, and there's a lot today. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, man. I mean, look, you can't walk on Hollywood Boulevard without getting high anymore. It's matter of fact, on the website about where we visit places and we put warnings. One of the warnings is if you're going on the weekend, know the possibility of you getting stoned is really high. No pun intended. I'm serious, dude. Come on, I smoked when I was young. I was leaving. I left the Lowe's Hotel with Larry Elmore, Tom Wood. He looks like Lazarus, but that's not his name. He was with us. April was with us. Anyway, there's about 9 of us. So we leave the hotel, right? We come out the side of the hotel. There's like 3 guys out there smoking. So we walk past them. We make the right turn going on the side street to go down to Hollywood Boulevard. So there's a couple of places in there where they're giving away CDs and playing music. Everybody in there is smoking these monster spliffs. So by the time you weave through the crowd, there's no way you're getting through the other side without at least getting a contact buzz. And you're going to be smelling like pot when you come out the other side. So you get out on the other side, you're like, wow. Matter of fact, I was talking to say who it was as a girl. I was like, damn, you look really stoned. She's like, Jesus, John, I'm not sure I can walk. So we make the right turn going towards Author Services on Hollywood Boulevard. And the whole way, man, these people just, it was, oh, Jesus. When we got to Author Services, we was all loaded. All 9 of us were. I mean, we was buzzed. Larry Elmore was just so funny. You know who else was with us? Dan DeSantis. So we had to stop to get someone to eat for Dan on the way back. He had the munch. Dan had the munchies back. Oh, Jesus. No, man. And nobody in that crowd actually smoked. Maybe when they were younger they did, but none of them do anymore. So it was kind of funny. Oh, no, dude. Everybody was high. There was no way. Walking there and back was just. Oh, first thing I did when I got back to the hotel was I ordered a steak. Went inside the bar and ate a steak. Oh yeah, I was dying. I was starving. Yeah, Matter of fact, when Emily and John came in, there was three of us. All three of us sitting at the bar laughing our asses. Looked like something out of one of them Cheech and Chong movies. Actually, dude, LA's not. It's not that horrible. But don't get me wrong; it's got its problems, like every city does. And it got some bad sections in Los Angeles. I don't want to take away from that, but I've never been to a big city that didn't have bad places in it. You know, let's just be honest about it. San Diego's a weird city. When I was stationed there, all we ever, San Diego is weird. A lot of topless girls running around. Writersofthefuture.com. It's galaxypress.com if you want to buy something. I mean, all their stuff you can find at Barnes and Nobles and Books A Million, but I like people to go buy it from the website. Just a bug, John, yeah. Well, y'all, you should always write courtesy of Author Services. Y'all start going in and buying books, I'll get them and give y'all 10% off. Yeah. No, Pal Talk's open. I can see y'all in there. It's glitching a little bit for some reason, but I can see y'all. I have not tried the interface Pal Talk with StreamYard yet. I haven't even looked to see if it's capable of doing so. I'll look. But if there's a whatchamacallit RTMP key, I can probably do it. No, you mean Carmen? No, he's a Chippendale. That's what he does for a living. Yeah, he's a musician in a Chippendale. You know, Chippendale. What do you mean you don't know what a Chippendale is? Really? Are you a girl or a guy? Because I'm confused. And you don't know what a Chippendale is. Okay, well, when Carmen comes back, y'all can ask him to show you his Chippendale dance. Mm-hmm. That would have been Jeremy Kind. Yeah. No, that's see, they wanted, I told them what you did for a living. I said, you're a Chippendale dancer.
Joe, I've heard the whole thing.
So you got to show now, man. You got to show. Now you can't make me a liar, man. Come on.
Jefferson said he didn't get the link.
Oh my God. What the hell?
You sent it to him.
I've sent it to him. Did you send it to him?
Yeah,
there he is. He got it. There he is. I see somebody cute down here hanging out. No, we're getting ready to bring the next guest at what, Phil? Real quick, what? Writersofthefuture.com, galaxypress.com, yes. Writers of the Future, if you want to learn how to do, if you want to submit or if you want to take the course, that's where you go. Yeah. And then the other one was if you wanted to go buy like a book or a pad or something like that. You need to go buy me a new pad. I missed my old pad. Yeah. I don't know where it went. If I knew where it went, I'd have it, wouldn't I? No, anyway, it's long, so we'll talk about it later. Let me bring Jefferson up. Jefferson, how you doing, man?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Man, I think I might your colors look familiar, man.
I didn't take them from your house, Joe, but yeah, they
you sure, man? Especially them acoustics over there on the left. They look really familiar, man. You see the one directly behind your head? I had one like that. Used to sit in my room. I was trying to learn how to play the guitar, which, by the way, I sucked. But anyway, it used to lean up against my door, and I had a couple of guitars in there. My sister comes in like 2 o'clock in the morning, won't leave me alone, right? Crawls in my bed, pees all over the bed. So I got up and I grabbed something.
Your sister?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to kill you, sis. Get out of the room. So she's right out of the room. I picked up something to throw it at her, and it stuck right in the side of the damn guitar. Punctured a big old hole in it. I'm thinking, what the hell? I just throw at my sister, man. They put a hole in my guitar. I was like, shit. It was just for how would you wake me up, pee on me at 2 in the morning? No, man, give me a break.
Wow.
I remembered it. I remember because my friend who plays come over. He said, Joe, do you know how much guitar costs? I'm like, why? He said it was expensive. I'm like, well, I don't know. It's not anymore. It's junk.
Did you inherit it? Did someone give it to you? You didn't.
It was actually a friend of mine who was a musician had it, and he decided he got a 12-string electric acoustic, so he decided he wasn't going to use it anymore to keep it. It had autographs, and I actually a company fixed it because they wanted to save the autographs. They gave me like $14,000 for it, and they actually fixed it. And they got insurance like $200,000 now, but it had it had a couple of different signatures on it. It had something else on it that I still don't know what the hell they were talking about because I didn't know enough about guitars at the time. But anyway, he was with Quick Zipper, and he started playing a 12-string acoustic, and he loved this thing. I mean,
yeah, those sound beautiful.
Yeah, Jimmy, the first one he had was actually a single neck 12-string. Yeah, but then he showed up one afternoon with a double neck.
Do you have like a bass on one of them?
Yeah,
and then
yeah. One was definitely. It was definitely a bass for sure. There's no doubt about it. Because I mean, if you hit it, we had that deep rumble, back rumble to it. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've never played a double neck guitar. That's intense.
Yeah, well, he liked his other one, but for some reason they wanted it. Well, I think the group he played with wanted him to have it for stage for like a prop. Because he preferred to play the other one. Anytime we were just sitting at the house, he had the other one on the out playing. He'd just be there. And it sounded, it was amazing because even when the damn thing wasn't plugged in, it sounded good. Well, mostly anything with electric usually doesn't sound good when it's without its amp. But that acoustic electric sounded pretty good without the amp. I was like, wow, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, acoustic still carries, and most electric guitars just have a little what's called a pickup, and it's not, the body isn't built to reverberate and push out sound.
And it's you ever put any of these in your stories, man?
Do I have any musicians in my stories? I don't. I can't think of anybody.
That's to turn one of these into an electric lightning firing plasma shooting guitar.
Can I interject something here?
Go ahead,
just for the people who are listening, we have Jefferson Snow with us, who is a author and a Writers of the Future winner from Volume 41. That's L. Ron Hubbard presents Writers of the Future, Volume 41, and his story is in there.
The Rune Witch.
What is it? Rune Witch. There we go.
Yeah, no worries. It's been a year and a half, so.
Yeah, right. And he was out here for the workshop and the awards event in that was April of 2025, right?
Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
Best week of my writing life. What a great opportunity.
Oh, nice.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, besides
an unsolicited comment there.
No, yeah. I was not put up to say that. I was treated like a rock star out there. It was such a good time. And I still keep up with all the authors who were also winners that year. And we've stayed connected via Discord, and we chat and send links and
right. Yeah, we just had I don't know if you saw it, but we just had Robert F. Lowell, known as Fred.
Shit, I missed Fred. Yeah.
I asked him to stay on a bit with you, but he said he had a run, but he was happy to hear that you were on after him. So we have,
I'll bug him later.
2 Volume 41 writers here. So
yeah.
So how do you have any like particular L. Ron Hubbard stories that you've read that you like?
Well, the story in my anthology was, and I'm blanking on the title, Old Man L. Ron Hubbard. What is that called? Like it's like the old man is a.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like a cyborg cowboy, basically.
Yeah, he doesn't really realize it in the beginning. Oh man, what the hell is that? I remember that story, man. It was a good story.
I gotta just remember the title of it.
When because he had that other person that was with him, the younger one. Oh shit, man, it's right out of my head too. As soon as you said it, it was like it just went right the hell out of my damn head. What? Why can't I remember the name of that story? Jimmy, that's what old age does to me, my friend. Yeah.
So anyway, so it's a cool story. I don't know if I should give it away, but I probably did just give it away.
No, because we've played it on here before, so you're okay.
Okay, but yeah, there's the basically a new cop is assigned to some backwater planet, and he goes out there and he meets the cop that he's going to be either replacing or teaming up with, his new partner, something like that.
Yeah,
and
right.
It seems like this fragile old man, but they start tracking some criminals, and this frail old man is completely kicking the other guy's ass as far as toughing out.
It's called Tough Old Man.
That's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he just kind of leads the way, relentlessly tracking these, kind of reminds you of like cattle, like
it's kind of like a detective story in a way, right?
Yeah, but it also reminds me of like a cowboy story of like, wranglers going after lost head or something, and so they're chasing down these thieves, and they track them through it. Like, and something about the planet, there's all these meteor showers, and there's all these dips and changes in elevation, and so the temperature goes from like 1,000,000 degrees down to like freezing, and they're going up and down these hills, and the glass of their windshield breaks, and they're just like enduring all this extreme weather, and the cop's just like, okay, if this old man can do it, I can do it. And at the end of the story, you find out that the old man is actually a machine, literally a cyborg who's been built to do this, and the cop had to really push himself to keep up. And it's a cool reveal. I'm sure it was much more surprising for its time when it was written. Mm-hmm. But we also read Typewriter in the Sky before we came to the retreat in April of 2025, and that was a cool story. Mm-hmm. That plays with a lot of interesting themes, like, I don't know, that are pretty relevant today. It's almost like a neuromancer, but fantasy. I don't know how to put it. It's like, it's not exactly like the Matrix, but it's sort of like a instead of machines, instead of nested realities through AI or machines or computers, the simulation is like sort of the magic of writing or something like that. It would be hard to explain it, but there's some sort of anyway, the main character is the roommate of this writer, and the writer decides to put his roommate in the story, and then suddenly the writer is sucked into an alternate world where he's living out the story of his roommate's.
Oh, wow.
Actually his roommate's villain. And so he's like, what if I know anything about my roommate's story, he's going to kill me off. And anyway, it's a really cool, I don't know, it's like a cool meta, and there's lots of fun jokes in there, especially if you're a writer, that really, I don't know, kind of capture the essence of the, I don't know, it was written back in the 50s, maybe. Anyway, but it's such an interesting exploration of some kind of, like, I don't know, meta layers of reality that I think is really applicable to our time with all this simulation theory stuff going on.
Oh, cool. All right. And how about, have you, what's new with you? What have you written since, or gotten published since your Writers of the Future?
Yeah, well, I haven't published it. I've submitted a few stories here and there. I haven't published. Are these, what year's this? Is this the 42?
This is last year. This is last year. These retardies right here, man. There's boy, where we get this picture from?
Look at Gunhild giving the live long and prosper.
Oh, nice.
And, it's
and Joe's right in the middle of everything.
Of course, man. Where else would I be? Give me a break.
Holding court.
I didn't know where else I'm going to be but there. What's it, Jackie? No. Actually, that wasn't the picture I was looking for. Is it this one?
Well, I've been working on an anthology with some friends. We're going to do a Kickstarter for it hopefully soon. And the theme of the anthology is space westerns inspired by the songs of Bon Jovi. So pretty niche.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But we hope that it finds an audience. And I've been working on a project by myself with, so there's these companies that I hadn't been aware of that my friend
Jefferson, can I
go ahead.
got to say something here.
Yeah.
I'm not, I like some of Bon Jovi's stuff, but I'm not a huge fan of them. Do they have that many songs that reference science fiction?
No, I'm not a huge Bon Jovi fan myself. I got recruited to this by some Bon Jovi heads, I guess. I don't know if you call them that. But there's some cool, like, I don't know, like, there's definitely some Western stuff. There's definitely lots of steel horses and Dead or Alive. And yeah, it's got sort of this underdog saloon feeling to it, to a lot of it that you could definitely port over to Westerns. And then, I don't know, I think Westerns... Do you have
any of your fellow Writers of the Future winners in there?
No, I approached them, but they said, this is a very strange, very specific anthology. So I didn't get any bites there, but that's okay. I'm not trying to rat them out. Okay. But yeah, and then, so that's been fun working on that. I'm working with an artist right now on some concept art to get that going for hopefully get a Kickstarter campaign built for that. And then I've been working on, I'm a web developer by day, writer by night. I have some coding skills, so I've been building what I'm trying to hope eventually is like a ARG epistolary novel experience at some point that people can subscribe to. That's like my current project that I'm really
explain to the layman.
What's ARG? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know what that part was, but the rest of it, explain it all so they know what we're talking about.
So if you've read Bram Stoker's Dracula, that's an epistolary novel where all the chapters are journal entries or letters or reports that have been taken, captain's logs.
Right. Yeah, we had a winner. We had a winner this year, Joe Sidari, who's he's actually a doctor, but he wrote an epistolary short story that he won with. So
cool.
It's in volume 42.
Nice.
Yes, I won this year too under a strange name. What's that?
So go ahead, Jefferson.
Yeah. So the epistolary experience. So what I was hoping to achieve is like you'll be in character, and the person receiving the letters will be a character that sort of a alternate reality version of themselves, and will collect their name. And at the beginning of the subscription, and we'll kind of tailor it to them a little bit and mail merge their name into the story. And they're basically a host of a very popular podcast, and then you've got this weird fan who starts approaching you, asking you for favors, asking you to check out it's a true crime podcast, so he starts sending you links to certain crimes around his area, and it starts to get a little eerie. Yeah, so it's kind of a horror, and then ARG means alternate reality game, and that's so a lot of, I don't know if you guys have heard of The Backrooms. That was a movie that just came out over the past 5 months or so, 4 months, back in May. And that started out as a YouTube alternate reality game where people would basically kind of create little vignettes or scenes or journal entries, kind of things like that, for people who've encountered this weird alternate or I don't know, what you sort of pocket universe that's shaped like a sad 80s office building that they keep accidentally falling into, and bad stuff lives there. So anyway, that's an ARG, and what I want to do is that as you're going through this experience, as you're getting letters from this weird fan, he starts giving you websites to go to, and you go to the website and you start, and it's like a fully functional website that has, for like, the news from his local town. It'll have all the stories from his town. It'll have the and it have like, it'll be following these murders that are happening around him, and then he'll also try to recruit you for his multi-level marketing company, and that website will be totally functional. You won't be able to buy supplements, but he's trying to get you to do an ad read for him so he can start, getting people into his network, and anyway, things like that. And so I'm building this little fake world online to sort of pull people into with the letters, and so they can dig as much as they want. Well, they can dig and get a lot more than just the letters. They can start feeling that things are actually happening in this like pretend little world that
sort of villains, like they're investigating.
Yeah, almost like you're an investigator, and sort of like there's this building dread that something really bad is going to happen to this town, and just sort of like I don't know if it's exactly cosmic horror, but I want it to be kind of a spooky ride. I think it'll be really fun if I can pull it together. And I've been having a lot of fun working on it. So it's a lot of work though. Like there's 3 or 4 websites I've made for it, and and I want to make more still. So it just, the project feels about 1 mile wide and 2 inches deep, but I gotta keep digging.
Mm-hmm. Are you still in Eagle Mountain?
Yeah, Eagle Mountain. It's about 45 minutes south of Salt Lake.
Oh, okay. We actually have a winner for volume 43 who's in Eagle Mountain.
Really? I gotta reach out.
She is Charlotte Andrews.
I'm Googling her now.
Okay.
Andrews with an S or a?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to find her, reach out to her on Facebook or something. That's always cool. Yeah, there's Utah reps, man. They represent in that contest. So definitely. It's like, we had 3 people last year, right? Yeah. We had 1 writer, Zach Poulter, and 2 illustrators, Trey Streeter and Kara Richardson. Oh, cool. So, I need to reach out to some illustrators then. But yeah, I added Zach as a friend on Facebook and said congratulations. I should ask him if he wants to get lunch or something sometime, talk about his experience, because it's a real blast. And I understand he's got a story in was it Locust, or did he get it in he published another story in a pretty good magazine. I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he seems to be getting some stuff out there. So.
Or was it Analog? Anyway, pretty not too shabby. So that's awesome for him. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll look up Charlotte Andrews. I've only lived in Eagle Mountain for about 1.5 years, though. I wonder if there's something in the water here too.
Remember I think you were somewhere else when you actually you won, and then you moved in the middle there.
Yeah.
Before you
just another town in Utah, just 30 minutes away from this one. So pretty much the same.
Which is also very helpful for people like me who are doing publicity. It's like, he's at a new location. Yeah, now we have a new newspaper to approach and stuff like that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those interviews that you got lined up for me. I had a couple cool ones.
You're quite welcome. So
yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's one of the things we do with Galaxy Press and Writers of the Future is publicize the achievements of our winners, our writer and illustrator winners. So and we're always looking to get their works known and get the contest known and get more people submitting to it, and there you have it.
Yeah. Well, it is a who's who of judges, and I don't know, the network of people that it connects is pretty impressive. So
yes, it is. Yeah.
It's definitely not underground.
Right. Yeah. We have the luminaries of science fiction and fantasy there.
Yeah,
as judges for the contest.
As judges, and also prior winners. I think Patrick Rothfuss was the prior winner.
Patrick Rothfuss. He had a novel. What I understand, he had a novel, and he couldn't get it published. And somebody read it, and they said, "You should just take one of these chapters and submit it to Writers of the Future." And bang, there you go. It was off and running. So
yeah. I think
it was the grand prize winner that year too. That was
really?
Years back. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. His prose exceptional.
Right. Brandon Sanderson is another one of your Utahns.
Yeah.
Who's he didn't win the contest, but he used to submit to it regularly, and now he's one of the judges for it. So
right. And I think maybe volume 40 had a short story with him, with his work in it. And
probably,
so I went to BYU, where he's a professor.
That's right. Yeah, you said in your bio where you used to sit in on his classes, right?
Yeah, I would always try to add it, but as soon you'd have a little, when you added classes, everybody's waiting on the computer until at midnight. As soon as midnight hits, everybody's logging in, trying to add the class, and it's absolutely impossible because half the school is trying to add them at the same time. And
wow.
I never got in as an official student, but I was, I sat in the back or on the radiator, or I would sit in the aisles where I could find room. But eventually they realized that he was a pretty big draw, so they started booking big lecture halls for him that guests could come and see him. But yeah, I think there's Brandon
Did you were there other people also doing what you were doing, where they were sitting in the aisles or in the back or something like that?
Yeah, I think the class only had something like 18 people in it, but it was a 300. Eventually they had him teaching in a 300 room classroom, or 300 seat classroom. So he was,
oh wow,
it was mostly people who weren't taking his class that were there. But I that's kind of what it evolved into. I had been doing it for a few years, over the course of my college tenure. I kept finding his class and going and sitting outside and listen. It's sometimes I'd have to sit in the hall and listen. But it was, I think he's such a champion for new writers. He's really helped a lot of people kind of grasp the basics through that class. And I guess not just the basics, but really fundamental stuff and advanced stuff too. But he's done a lot for new writers. And so,
wow.
Yeah, it's appropriate that he's part of that contest, because he's someone who puts a lot of time into helping new talent, developing new people, and trying
a few years back he was actually out here in Los Angeles as part of the workshop week and delivered some of the segments of the workshop. So
right, it's hard to get him nowadays. I bet he's so busy. He's got
he is. He is
a bajillion irons in the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a very, I think he had a very successful Kickstarter here recently. So.
Oh yeah, like $35 million or something crazy.
Right. Yeah, it was. It's quite successful.
Yeah. His, I think it's called Dragon Steel. Is like he's got a big warehouse in where my parents live, like 5 minutes away from my parents live. He's got a big warehouse that he keeps all his merchandise and books and yeah.
Wow.
So
wow.
It's pretty cool. He lives the life that every author envies. It's really cool empire that he set up.
Right. Yeah. Well, very good. Very good. Yeah, he's quite popular and quite well known, and he's definitely a supporter of the Writers of the Future contest.
Right.
As one of the judges.
And I wish that we could do some kind of
what go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, what else is happening in the Eagle Mountain area there? So
not much. I've got 4 kids. Son's starting 2nd grade next week, daughter starting kindergarten, maybe a preschool for our 3-year-old. So I'm excited for school to start again after the summer here.
Does that mean when school starts you get a bit more writing time?
Well, I'm working during the day, but maybe I should start taking some lunches to do that. But yeah, maybe a little bit. My wife's not as gassed at the end of the day.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she could give me some more time to write. So that's nice. But yeah, no, it's a good situation we're in. And I don't know, we'll be here a while. And it seems like I keep bumping into like writers out here or hearing about people who are writing out here. Like you just mentioned somebody, and then there's somebody who's had some successful Kickstarters out here that I need to go meet. And apparently Eric James Stone used to live out here. He's
right. Yeah.
Yep. He's won the contest.
And his wife won the contest too.
Yeah, that's right. She was a grand prize winner, and he wasn't. She'll remind him of that. But yeah, they're fun. They're cool. That's one thing.
They come out here for the awards event a lot too. So
yeah, they were there when I was out there. Talked to Eric a lot. Like he would come over to the hotel lobby and we'd chat. And, he's a short story whiz. He's really good.
Oh, cool.
So
LobbyCon, as it's called, right?
LobbyCon, right? That's
where everybody gets the writer winners and illustrator winners get to talk to the judges and everybody. It's very informal and
it's very relaxed
in the lobby and have drinks and etc. And there you go. So
yeah, it's fun.
The
social aspect of the contest is really cool. Like, just I don't know if our group was special, but yeah, we all really got along at our in our volume. All the writers. And
good.
All the illustrators. No drama. It was awesome.
Oh, good.
All the groups I think all the groups are special in their own ways, but all of y'all seem to stay in touch with each other. I'm still in touch with 7 or 8 groups, and they all seem to be in touch with each other, or mostly in touch with each other. And even the ones I met doing COVID or right after COVID, they seem to still be in touch with each other. So,
yeah.
It's
so
nice
glad
to
I
see
didn't win during that stretch, because I think didn't they not get to come?
That was a little weird.
Yeah.
It was a combination of I think it was volume 35 and 36. Where it was a combination. Yeah, it was actually canceled right before the COVID started, about late March or something like that.
Yeah.
Where things were starting to quarantine and cancel events and stuff, and then the the awards event is like April, so it just got canceled then, and, or I should say postponed, and then.
Well, it was my good fortune. Because I got to see two groups at one time.
Oh, so they brought both groups a year or two later, or
like about a year and a half. It was like in November, I believe. They had the
it wasn't in April like it usually is. It was interesting, man. There's a lot of people there. I mean, it was a lot. Yeah, it was kind of insane. It wasn't 48, but it was like 30 something. I was like, Jesus. And I did more interviews on that trip. I spent three less days there. Yeah, I spent 3 less days there on that trip and did more interviews than I can. Maybe in most interviews I ever did in one time in one group. It was insane. Because I wasn't just doing the winners, man. I wanted to talk to the staff. It was the first time with John and them and people like Carm. I wanted to talk to everybody. And I was always asking questions. Even when they didn't know they were being questioned, they were being questioned. Phil, no, actually, the first time I ever went to meet them, I went to prove one thing. Either they were telling me the truth or they were lying. One or the other. That's all that was coming out of this. I can just tell you now, when I was leaving, that either was going to be one way or the other way. Yeah. Well, you see, I'm still friends with them, so you can see which way I chose to go. But because they were, and Philip, in all fairness, John told me a lot of shit when I first met him, and I told him he was crazy. Ain't nobody does that. It's a bunch of bullshit. Man, y'all just ripping people off, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. But anyway, so he just finally said, well, why don't you just can come out here? He said, we're coming back from COVID. Why don't you come out? I said, sure, I'll come out. And I thought it was going to be like when I went to New York and I just told the guy, you better send me home before I actually have to say something. The guy's like, wait, what? I'm like, dude, if you send me home now, I won't feel obligated to say anything about your conference. If you don't, I'm going to feel obligated to say something. He's living out.
I know. I remember John. I was at one of the things, and John says, "Joe Montaldo's here." I'm like, "You're kidding!" so that's the first time. In person. In person.
I've tried to go every year with him. This year might be a little tough because it's my dad trigeminal nialis cycles every 18 months. I got a sneaky feeling it's going to want to hit me in April this year. So, what's that, Jimmy? It's just a neurological order. Yeah, it's extremely painful, but I'm fortunate. I don't get the daily kind. I get the kind that cycles out every 1 year to 18 months. Yeah, well, it's 3 months of horrible pain, but then it's another 18 months of no pain. So I can. There's surgeries and all. It's just none of it sounds fun. They drill a hole right here, go all the way back to where your spine meets your thing in your neck. And then they put a pillar in there to keep the nerve from hitting the blood. Screw that. The other way they go in there with a laser and they laser the nerve until you can't feel it no more, and your whole one side of your face can go numb. So what it is, Jenny, is trigeminal neuralgia is a main nerve that controls all. So this whole side of my face is controlled by one nerve. What happens is there's a blood vessel that migrates across and it pushes itself up against the nerve and it starts throbbing against the nerve. When it does, it sends pain signals to every nerve ending in my face. Oh, yeah, it's horrible. I can't even explain it. It feels like somebody took a ice pick and heated it up and just sticks in your eyeball and scrambling it around. Meanwhile, your temples throbbing, your face stuff. I went through 7 years of dental work because they thought I had some kind of weird problems with my teeth. Come to find out I had nothing to do with my damn teeth. It was that trigeminal neuralgia. Oh, yeah. So I got tortured for no reason.
Wow. Jefferson, does this sound like a speculative fiction idea here?
Sounds like horror is what it sounds like. I'm thinking horror is what it sounds like. The hell with that. James, writersofthefuture.com, galaxypress.com. Yeah. Writers of the Future, if you want to submit or if you want to take the course or if you want to watch any videotapes or listen to anything or participate in the blog they have over there, or the other one, so you can go buy a book or a pad. I need a new pad. I don't know what happened. There's some bullshit. Look, real quick, there's some bullshit. John and Emily come down. I know what happened. Emily put her in her damn purse. So John and Emily come down. I had a rental car with me because I was going to pick them up, and I knew they had a lot of shit, and I was driving my Camry at the time, and there was no way their stuff was going to fit in the Camry. So I went and picked up a Chrysler 300. And I'm pretty sure I slid the pad in between the seat and the console. they swore they couldn't find it at the place at the car dealership, which was at Avis at the Beau Rivage Casino. Well, I knew the guy who owned the place. So I said, dude, what, you gonna let somebody steal my pad? I said, it's like a $3,000 pad somebody bought. He's like, what do you mean? I said, yeah, it's got L. Ron Hubbard's books. It's got all kinds of stuff. I said, it was a gift. He said, well, it didn't cost you anything. I said, cost somebody something because it sure the hell was in my hands. And so he said, so then the SOB gives me a pad and it's got all this stuff on L. Ron Hubbard. You know what he did? He went and I copied the covers and put them into the thing with no, they didn't connect to anything. So when you clicked on like one of the book covers, it didn't go anywhere. People. I mean, so I did get a new Apple Pad out of it. So I ain't gonna bitch about that part, but I didn't get stories because I was about. There was quite a few stories I was listening to on there, and I even read a couple. But it was great for listening, especially since I was driving. No, I listened to missionaries from the phone. John gave me a place to hook it into online, and I listened to it on the phone. All 10 books. Let me tell you about missionaries, people. You can be listening, la la la. You can be getting into it, la 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 la. And the guy who's narrated, all of a sudden, is gonna be gone. Yeah, he's gonna be gone. I ain't gonna tell you when he's gonna be gone because I'll take away from the story, but he's gonna be gone. Yeah, this guy is the sleaziest, nastiest.
What story is this?
Mission Earth. It's a 10-book series. Yeah. So, but I'm honest about this book, and I've reviewed it for them. They actually did a video review with me. So the first book, or in my case, because I was listening to it in audio, the first book in the audio was a little slow, but because mainly it was just character introducing you to all the different characters you were going to be listening throughout the audio. By the way, Christopher, the audio was fabulous. The sound effects were fabulous. A lot of talent in the audio book. I mean, even not knowing what the story is, you can enjoy all the stuff. Because I found myself getting lost. I had to watch myself when I was driving because I would find myself getting lost imagination wise in the story. So I enjoyed it.
I got to say it's one of L. Ron Hubbard's stories that was originally released in the 80s, and he wrote it as satire on the society. And I always joke about it because we're now some decades later. And so many of the things in there
are still relevant.
They have so much more truth to them. I said it was written as a satire, but now it's a documentary.
It's one of the things I was talking about in an interview, how much of it is just plays in today's society.
My gosh.
It plays right into it. Actually, after book one, it just kind of picks up. They get some weird stuff happens to the good guy. It twist around, drops you on your head every once in a while. What's that? Is that the one where he ends up living in a whorehouse? Yeah, sort of. Yeah. You got to read the whole story. That's only a little piece of the story, so you got to be in the whole thing to know what's going on. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the special effects in the audiobook. I like audiobooks, Christopher, because I don't get the time to sit and read anymore. If I'm reading, I'm not doing something. So with the audiobook, I can come in the studio right here. I don't even have to put my headsets on. I can put it through the speakers, get the full version of my 19 speakers in this room, and listen to it. It's a lot of fun, and I can be, posting archives or setting up script or doing stuff for the station while I'm listening, or I can be doing other stuff, and it allows me to listen to that and go on with life. Because I'm sitting reading the book, that's all I'm doing is sitting and reading the book. So that's why I always tell authors, be sure if you can get them on audiobooks, because more and more of us are getting like that.
Yeah.
So there's a big market share for
multitasking.
Right, it's like you can listen to an audiobook and surf TikTok at the same time. You can be listening to the audiobook and then if you want to hear something, you just pause one and listen to the other. Oh, yeah, see people do it all the time.
Or in my case, I can be listening to an audiobook and booking media for writers and illustrators of the future.
What I'm saying, I mean, it's one of those things that it's not distracting enough that you can't do a job while you're listening, but it's enjoyable enough that you listen. No, Chris, this one you're talking about. No, you're talking about this Battlefield Earth. No, we played this last few years. This plays the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. The whole book and the whole story entire. It's like 48 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
It's we play it. Well, we play other stuff too. We've been playing War of the Worlds, the original cut of War of Worlds, the one that it's funny when you see the movies or something, you think of War of Worlds. How could anybody be stupid enough to fall for that? But when you hear the original cut, it's quite easy to see how people fell for it. It's a radio. I mean, it just sounds like any radio broadcast anywhere on the planet. It doesn't sound like anything else but a radio broadcast.
Yeah, that was the first alternate reality game. Maybe.
Yeah.
Was
so they because they had their commercials in it and they had their clips in it. I mean, it just sounded like a regular old role, and then it just progressed as it went on. Oh, what was that over at Cleveland Grove? And then they just went on about whatever they were doing, whatever show was on, and then they would come back to it and go back and come back. It's well done, and it's a lot of fun to listen to, and I can see why people were freaking out halfway through it. It's we play it every year, and there's some other stuff we play besides that. And then like during the October months, we play stuff too. Some of the rock opera stuff like that, like heavy metal. Yeah, no, heavy metal's a cartoon, actually. Well, I should have never used that word. Damn it. Anyway, it's animated. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that because I don't want to get 5,000 letters. Well, there's two heavy metals. There's the original one, and then there's the second one. Was it 2000 or something?
Yeah,
one
so.
you should.
I've never watched those, but it's been. I definitely know what they are.
Unless you're really. I don't. You know who did do it? I'll tell you all this, people. I wouldn't watch one of them unless you really got a buzz from something. Don't waste your time. If you got a buzz, oh yeah, you'll enjoy it. But if you don't have a buzz, you ain't gonna enjoy it.
I think Rob Pryor, one of the illustrators of the Future Judges, did some work on heavy metal.
Oh, really?
The music's good now. You can just listen to the music, but they have good music on, and they show a lot of this show's a G-rated show, so I can't say what they show a lot of. Come to the chat and I'll tell you what they show a lot of. There's a lot of music.
You've been using it on here, and now it's all of a sudden it's G-rated.
This show, okay, this is how this works in this network. The whole network is technically R-rated or above. It's not a child's network. If you go to if you look at our listings anywhere, it says adults 18 and over. Anywhere it lets me, I put for adults 25 and over. But it's not because of nudity or cursing. It's just some of the topic matter we talk about is pretty heavy stuff. So I don't want to be offending any children. But there are shows like The Chat and News on the Flip Side that have different ratings. News on the Flip Side's R-rated, so you can curse all you want on it. The Chat has what they call an N rating, a non-rating, which means you can do whatever the hell you want. It's since it's cable, nobody can say anything. Even when we're on TV, they can't say anything.
What's the Authors Quill? What's the Authors Quill rated?
It is G-rated, just like Writers of the Future is G-rated. UF on the cover is G-rated.
I said PG-13 maybe with some of your language joke.
Well, you're probably right for the Authors Quill. It probably should be listed as PG-13 because some of the sci-fi stories and some of the fantasy stories can be a little bit risque. So, Jimmy, it's not always about sex, Jimmy. Sometimes it's about concepts.
Jefferson, he's obviously excluded his own language on this.
No, Jimmy, it is about context though. So,
yeah.
So
Joe,
it looks
about that.
Right. Yeah. So Joe, it looks like we're into overtime here. I don't know if Jefferson's okay to stay.
Oh no, yeah, we got to get because I got to go get food. But I need food, people. Yeah, my wife never feeds me. She's mean like that. She's like, you don't need food.
He's got another show to do after this shortly.
Yeah, and the chat, you see, Authors Quill is nice and laid back. It's easy going. Chat's insanity. It's not even organized insanity. It's stupid insanity. Sometimes when we see the ratings on this show, because none of us can figure out why the show does what it does. This show can devolve in some of the stupidest we've ever seen, and the stupider it gets, the more people who watch it. I'm like, stop it. No, really. I'm like, stop it. You're making me feel bad about all the rest of the shows on the network. Stop it. It's crazy. But I mean, because the food porn segments always do well. And by the way, people, there's no porn in the food porn segments. They just talk about that because they talk about food so passionately. They might as well be talking about porn or sex, actually. Wow. So, so the food gets intense. Yes. Oh no, they can talk about sex in the chat if they want to, but it's usually not a conversation that comes up. Like tonight, we'll be talking about Bob Lazar. Was he a liar? Was he not a liar? We started it last night.
On that, Joe?
Ooh, so
there you go.
This is a weird thing.
The going segment.
I got a good.
Oh yeah, sorry, we should wrap it up. Joe's got to eat, but
yeah, but really, truly, really quick. When it comes to Lazar, I had a friend that worked out of Los Alamos, and I had her pull any record she could find because they said they didn't exist. She did find a record on Bob Lazar. Said he was a janitor at S4 and the electronics facility. So S4, if you worked at S4 as any type of scientist, you had to have a degree. But they had a secondary base where that if you were like putting electronics together working, you only had to have like a 2-year degree, which is what they said Lazar had. But if Lazar was there, he would have never seen the ship. So the only way we could have seen the ship is if he was actually on the base. I'll tell you this much. I know someone who worked out at Area 51. Actually, I know a couple of someones. And Bigelow and I found out that a couple of them had seen something. The description they give and the description Lazar gives are the same description. It's also the same description that Vernon von Braun gives as a ship that we recovered after World War II.
Yeah, well.
So no, yeah, they swear that's where that ship came from. The one that crashed at Roswell, we crashed it. They said we brought it from, we took it from the Germans. And the Germans talk about this in different books about somewhere around 1890, they were given a saucer. And through 1900 to 1916, everything they built tanks that looked like saucers. They built planes. They built all kind of stuff, trying to emulate whatever it was given to them. It was crazy stuff. But anyway, we got to get out of here. Jesse, we talk about that on Wednesdays, Jeffrey, all the time. You got to just come in and ask.
So anyway, Joe, let's say thank you to Jefferson Snow for joining us. He's an author and Writers of the Future winner. His story Rune Witch can be found in L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future, Volume 41. And thank you again, Jefferson. And
thank you again, and welcome anytime. And when you get something you want, you see, I've been cleaning off my spot for making room for new books. We're on the back side of the year, so when I start cleaning it off, because we give away a lot of books at Christmas, starting from Thanksgiving until the first of the year, we give books away every day. And we give lots of them away. We plug lots of authors. You see, one of y'all sent one of the illustrators. This piece of artwork came in from one of the illustrators just the other day, sitting up there. And I'm actually moving all that stuff in the back so I can hang their pictures back there and put y'all's books up here. And I can put Writers of the Future's angles on the sides. I like giving away stuff, Chris. I just like to see literature. So I'll tell you what, when we got involved in Mississippi was 50th in reading in elementary school. It's 9th now. Oh, it's not just because of us, but I mean, it's 9th in elementary and reading now.
Oh, that's right. That's been a turnaround story. That's been a great.
Yeah. Jack, their high schools are still ignorant, but there were damn it, people got to go. So what happened was a bunch of these companies came down here and said, look, we want to move to Mississippi because you don't have income tax, you don't have this, you don't have that. You'll be a great place, but you don't have the people with the technical background to hire from. So Mississippi cut up a deal with all these people in the casinos. So now they're gonna put all these kids in for school for free, get them in, get them educated, and help bring in other people from other states so they can bring in these businesses. So yeah, now it's like an enormous push to educate people because of money. It's insane. But anyway,
not a bad. Not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. I'm all for. I'm not looking. When it comes to literacy, I'm all for it. I think because you miss out so much in life if you can't read.
That's right.
And it's not just reading; it's comprehending. Reading helps you learn to comprehend, which is important. Anyway, I'm shut.
Bye, puppy.
Anyway, guys, we got to get out of here. I want to tell everyone.
Lady says goodbye to everybody.
All right, thanks for having me, guys. Good to see you, Joe.
Yep.
Good to see you, Carmen.
And anytime,
Jefferson.
Cool. Appreciate it.
But to everybody else, the chat will be coming on in about 45 minutes. Be sure to come by. About 55 minutes, actually. Be sure to come by We have one of the hosts from the Church of Mavis will be with us today. He's insane. The regular boys will be with us. I think Leah said she's stopping by. So, and y'all know, anybody who's listening to the show, if you're a regular listener to the network or a host or even a guest, you're always welcome to come hang out on the chat. There's no rules. There's no monetization. There's nothing going on, and it's one of the freer places that we stay away from politics for the most part, because everything else we talk about is pretty assholio. So we sit here, we'll leave politics for Friday night when we can. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, thanks again for tuning in to United Public Radio and the Authors Quill. John was out making babies today. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
What do you mean? Chris. Oh, Chris. No, I can't say that on there. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. Thanks again to the United Public Radio and Authors Quill. And we'll see y'all later on. Good night, everybody.
Okay.